If you think artificial intelligence is some kind of futuristic concept for car dealerships, you really need to think again. It's not the future, it's what's happening right now. AI is being woven into every single part of the dealership business, and it's completely changing how we buy, sell, and service cars. Okay, let's get into it. And this is all happening way faster than you might think. Just get a load of this. A recent report from Reynolds and Reynolds found that a staggering 57% of all dealership staff are already using AI in their daily jobs. That's more than half the workforce, today, not 10 years from now. So to really unpack what's going on here, we're going to walk through 5 key areas. We'll start with why the industry is at this major tipping point, and then we'll look at exactly how AI is boosting operations. Then we have to tackle the big one, the human displacement question. After that, we'll see how car buyers themselves are driving this change, and finally, we'll try to paint a picture of the dealership of tomorrow. All right, so let's start with the big picture. We've officially blown past that phase where dealers were just kind of tinkering with AI, testing it out. It is no longer an experiment. For a lot of folks, it's become absolutely essential. And honestly, the data is it's overwhelming. A massive 81% of dealers are convinced that AI is here to stay. It's not some passing trend. And this isn't some bottom-up thing. It's being driven from the very top, with 70% of executives and dealer principals already using AI tools themselves. But maybe the most crucial part? The teams are on board. 90% of staff say they're comfortable learning and using these new technologies. The workforce is ready. And this isn't just talk, right? It's backed up by major industry studies. Cox Automotive found that 63% of dealers agree that investing in AI right now is absolutely critical for their long-term survival and success. They're not just buying a piece of software. They're making a strategic bet that the future is powered by AI, and they need to be in on it to stay competitive. Okay, so how is this all playing out on the showroom floor, in the service bay? Let's talk about how AI is being used in the day-to-day. Really, the number one reason for this entire transformation boils down to just one word: efficiency. And this table, wow, it just lays it all out. Look at these numbers. A person might take, 30 minutes to respond to a new lead? An AI does it in less than 3. Writing a decent description for a used car on the lot, that goes from 15 minutes of work down to under a minute. But the most dramatic one here? Producing a walk-around video for a car in inventory, we're talking about 12 hours of human effort, just compressed into a few minutes. For a business dealing with tight margins, this isn't just nice to have, it's a game changer. It's a lifeline. And look, this isn't just theory. You've got guys like Jonathan Noda, a GM down in Miami. He talks about how connecting an AI-powered vehicle inspection directly to the appraisal process has given them a totally new edge. They can scan a car, get it evaluated, and have an offer ready before the customer even thinks about leaving the service drive. So all of this incredible efficiency, well, it naturally leads to a really tough question, doesn't it? If AI can do all of this work so much better and faster, where does that leave the actual human employee? Is this technology a partner, or is it a replacement? Let's just put the question right out there. It's the elephant in the room, or I guess the elephant in the algorithmic showroom. Is AI going to end up taking jobs away from people in car dealerships? Well, a nationwide survey asked 500 dealers exactly that. And the answer? It's a pretty clear yes. Half of them expect AI to cause job cuts by 2030. And if you look a little further out, a stunning 87% believe AI will completely replace some human roles by 2035. Only a tiny fraction, just 5%, think AI will never replace staff. So what's behind this strong belief that jobs are on the line? It's really about a fundamental shift in the tech itself. See, we're moving past generative AI, tools like ChatGPT that assist a human, and we're entering the era of agentic AI. And this is a whole different ballgame. Agentic AI doesn't just assist, it acts. It can plan, it can reason, and it can carry out complex, multi-step tasks all by itself. It's less like a tool and more like an autonomous employee, which is exactly why those job replacement numbers are so high. But here's the thing. This whole revolution isn't just being pushed from inside the dealership. It's also being pulled by the customer. The way we all shop for cars now has fundamentally changed. And our expectations as consumers are a huge reason why AI is being adopted so quickly. And really, consumers are already way ahead on this. Nearly half of car shoppers have already used AI tools. A huge 80% say they're open to it. And the reason is dead simple. 73% say it saves them time. The impact is massive. For those who use it, 97%, almost everybody, say AI is going to influence their final purchase decision. Customers are all in. But
And this is a really, really key point. The human element is not dead. Far from it. While buyers love using AI to do their homework and narrow down their choices, when it comes time for those final high-stakes conversations about budget, about financing, the majority still want to talk to a person. That last mile of the car deal, it's still very much human.
So, let's pull all this together. What does all of this mean for the future? Let's take a peek inside the dealership of tomorrow, what you could call the algorithmic showroom. The next big thing, the technology that really unlocks all of this, is what the experts are calling a unified AI data layer. The best way to think about it is like a central brain for the entire dealership. So instead of having separate AI tools for sales and for service and for marketing, this one layer lets all of them access a single, complete picture of the customer and the business. This is the backbone that will allow for truly autonomous operations. And you can really see how this changes the human's job over time. It's a clear progression. We started with assistive AI, just helping people write car descriptions faster. Then we moved to augmented AI, where bots handle the first contact with a customer. The next step, which is coming fast, is agentic AI, executing entire deals from start to finish. Now, this doesn't get rid of humans, but it totally redefines their job. The new role for people becomes one of oversight, managing the AI systems and handling only the most complex, high-touch customer relationships. Marianne Johnson from Cox Automotive just nails it with this. The transformation itself isn't really up for debate anymore. The only real question left for dealers is, are you going to lead this change, or are you going to be left behind, clinging to an old way of doing things? Which brings us to this final and I think really fascinating question to chew on. As AI takes over more and more of the transactional, data-crunching parts of selling a car, could it be that the most valuable, the most irreplaceable human skill left in the dealership is emotional intelligence? The ability to connect with someone, to build real trust, and navigate complex feelings. That might just be the last and most important job description there is.